All right. Yeah, we're pushing snow now. I don't know that we're getting over the top of this.
Stood up. You stood up?
Yep.
You stood up yourself?
A little bit of panic. Get back down, get it in the gun.
On our way to our new camp, and Big Man ran us out of fuel.
For some people, hunting season never ends. Staying in the forefront of global conservation leaves business and safety at stake. These three men risk it all for the hunts of a lifetime.
True Magnum TV is proudly presented by Zeiss.
Michelle, that's a beautiful bull. Forget your glasses.
As Rob Dunham's 37th safari nears an end, his client Michelle Davies gets her opportunity at a big kudu bull.
I think he's over here, no?
The kudu attracts perhaps more hunters to the Dark Continent than any other. The revenues from those hunts not only keeps the kudu population strong, but hundreds of other species as well.
Oh, Michelle. Yeah, you couldn't have, like, beautiful. See his eye.
A good bull, you can throw a golf ball through this fire. This one you can throw about a softball. Look at this cricket ball.
Yeah.
Eh?
Oh, yeah.
Look at the size of that hole through there.
You know what? We're on our way to our buffalo hunt in the afternoon, and we ran into a kudu. And a beautiful old bull. He scores really good. I mean, he's got deep curls. And I mean, he's ancient. So he's got ivory tips when we clean him up. It's awesome. Beautiful. Michelle stoned him. Perfect shot. He went 70 yards. And I mean, we're thrilled. I mean, it's 1:55 in the afternoon, and we weren't going to go back and check that region area out for the buffalo until like 3:30, 4 o'clock, because they'll get up after their rest. So we got a smoking kudu in the meantime. That's Africa. You never know what's going to happen.
"12,500 kilometers north, Beau Morgan is gearing up for another exploratory hunting mission in Europe.
The French countryside is pretty unique, and places you end up for hunting camps. You know, we got in last night, did a quick run around looking. Part of what we're doing here is hitting 4 or 5 programs. We do the white sheep program, seeing if we can locate some of those animals, the white muflon. Dealing with the Corsican, it's 3 different places across the country. Met a guy last night had a meeting with him to check out his roebuck country. It really looks interesting for me. Nice culture, nice place to stay. Guy can bring his wife here, really enjoy the countryside, do some hunting along the way. We've done that before, different parts. This is a new region, and right away took us out and showed us some of his area. Saw a couple nice bucks last night, got one on film. Checking out some roebuck areas, new roebuck areas this time of year. It's about ready to open. So pretty nice roebuck over here, so we're trying to make them, see if we can catch it on film. The roebuck places in southern France are among my favorite, and this place seems to be shaping up to be the right kind of hunting camp for roebuck programs. Weather's a little chilly today, but That's what we like. Come hunt morning and night and midday, do some tourist stuff and hang out at the pool, have a beer or two, take a nap.
In the next 6 days, Bo will set up the off-season details for 5 hunting programs across several countries.
True Magnum TV is brought to you by Hornady. Accurate, deadly, dependable. SnapSafe. Security everywhere you want it. Prairie King Ranch. And by True Magnum, the world's best hunting.
In Montana, James Brion's Wolf Project has begun in earnest.
You know, these technical vehicles don't ever come without their disadvantages. You know, you got to air those tires up to 30 pounds on the highway. Then when you get into this stuff, you air them down 10, 7, 5, 2. And then if you get in a really bad spot, you might just have to pull your cores out and be running on 0 just to get unstuck. But you know, it definitely gets you where you need to go. 5 pounds, that gives us plenty of room. If we get stuck, we'll drop down to 3, crawl out. And that's what you got to do if you want to get up into country where wolves eat elk. You could drive around on these low roads your whole life and be under the delusion that it doesn't happen. We will now find where wolves eat elk. Almost a guarantee up this canyon. Each wolf in the West kills 23 elk a year as a totally unregulated hunter. Since the wolf introduction in Yellowstone Park, they've expanded their range throughout the West. And nowadays, in my part of Montana, the average human elk hunter will only now take 1 elk about every 10 years. So 1 wolf kills 230 elk for every 1 in this area that a hunter kills. 230.
How fresh is it?
2, 3 days old, maybe 4.
A lot of wolf sign or cat sign?
There's tracks all up and down this road. The wolves have been in here like crazy. Elk, you can tell it's an elk just by the smell. Didn't take them long. It'll just be scavengers now. Coyotes and birds will clean this up. The wolves will not be back to this. There's too easy hunting for them. It's not that small of an elk either. It's an adult, it's not a calf. It's a young cow. Wow.
Man, it stinks.
Yeah, it does. Let's get out of here. This one's not going to do us any good.
At Horns Africa Safaris in South Africa, Rob Dunham and his client Michelle Davies are about to enter the danger zone.
There's a herd of 4 or 5 buffalo here this afternoon. So we're gonna sneak up on them. Wind's good. And just hopefully that big bull or one like him that we were after this morning is in that herd. But we're gonna take a look and see what's in that herd anyway. I just seen him walking behind the bush once, just black feet. That he walks back, then he starts running away from them.
Back in Montana, James Brion is already in an area with heavy wolf-caused carnage and hopes to close the time distance on the pack.
Mountain lion doesn't read regulations. The wolf doesn't read regulations. Neither do any of the other common predators. Only the hunter reads the regulations, is regulated, and only the hunter has taken a reduced amount of harvest through the current predator-prey imbalance that we have in much of the West. 10 minutes into the wolf project, less than 10 minutes, already one pretty recent kill. Elk too. That's no lion, that's a wolf. These wildlife biologists are pros. They've been doing this for years. They got this down. For decades, they have been the champions of game conservation and keeping things in balance. No game species has become extinct since the game department started managing wildlife. That's never gonna happen as long as they are able to continue to manage. But we have these people that from an emotional standpoint think you shouldn't shoot this, you shouldn't shoot a wolf, you shouldn't shoot an elephant, whatever they emotionally are bonded to without any logical science behind it. Those people just unravel the whole system and it'll fall apart. Wolf was here just minutes ago, maybe an hour. Let's make sure I don't see him running up the hill here somewhere. All right, well, there's two kills right in this bottom from wolves. On the right track, pun intended.
Another kill?
Yeah, kill number 3 really, probably. There's a pile of them in there. Oh, there's some more that are gonna get ate in that bunch. Probably the elk we saw came out of that herd right there. The dead one. These elk don't look good. They don't look as healthy this time of year as they used to back in the day. You get run constantly now. So many predators. When I shoot an elk, it's dead in 4 to 10 seconds. When a wolf pack decides to take down an elk, it's in panic and suffering, often for over a day in the long, drawn-out, brutal process. Well, that side hill's just tore up with tracks and pawings. That big herd we saw on the ridge just fed up from there. There's no wolves with this bunch at all. There's no wolves hunting this bunch. If so, this calf right here would be dead. It did not decide to follow the herd up for some reason. It must have an issue. As soon as a big predator comes through, that'll be the first one to go right there. That calf that'll be the next kill we find. Does this mean that wolves can't exist in the West? No. Does it mean they can't get out of balance? Absolutely. That's what we're saying here.
In France, Beau Morgan is scouting out a Corsican muflon hunting program.
This is what typically you see. The ones I've seen, we had one hunter shoot a Corsican a few years ago, and then they closed it up, no permits. But typically this is what you see, just kind of sweeping out back. This one's really unusual how much it lays flat. Exactly. For me, this is what we're looking for in the mountains. That's the kind of shape I expect to see in that. On Corsica, when we were there, did some photos. The picture's very close of this ram.
Yes, very, very close.
A little bit longer, a little bit more age than this. Tipped up a little bit, but not so much. Highly unusual. Not so big. A little bit smaller than the animals in the Alps, I think, huh?
Yeah, a bit smaller body, smaller body.
A little different color, a little
Yeah,
lighter.
true. Normally they got a big white. In the Alps, the sheep they got a
white, you know.
On the front here.
Yeah, on the front tail
In the saddle.
exactly.
And this is lighter color brown and not so black and white.
But as you can see, you know, in the face, there's a few colors, and normally it's not that. It's not like that. It's just the nose is white, and then the head is same color, same brown. Here you can see, and there is 2 or 3 colors. So it's very typical of Corsican muflon.
This trip's more about just getting them lined out, permits, and where the boundary is, and making sure the permit's the right one and everything. That's the biggest thing for me, making sure it's viable.
Only one Corsican ram permit will be allowed for 2020, and Bo Morgan is in on the ground floor. 12,500 kilometers south, Michelle Davies has one of Africa's most dangerous in her sights.
I'll tell you when he's coming. Small one coming. They're still coming up. Yeah, they are. There's 2 more. 3, 4, small, small, small. There he is. He's got on the road right now. There he is. In the shoulder. Go reload, please. Just see. It's a monster, Michelle.
I've got you.
It's like the biggest ever. Final. Go. Just get up there. Just keep your gun down. You're good. Oh, it's a freaking, it's a swamp demon. Oh, you know what? 6 o'clock, 15 minutes to spare. We called with a calf call, and they came out. He was in the middle of the herd. They ran off. We called again. I stayed on the truck, and he wouldn't come. They busted, and literally we came around the block, and the young bulls were coming out, and I just seen him just ahead of Yoppie because I had a better angle on it. You could just see them drops coming. I said, there he comes, and Michelle pounded him. Yoppie's like, that's him, take him. Like time-wise, unbelievable.
The biggest buffalo ever shot by a female, you know, by a long way.
It's taken almost 2 decades to get me to get this guy back here. Get on him.
Just checking in with the local outfitter, making sure everything's set for this year, our schedules, and it's better to come spend a little time with them.
Maybe we'll catch a wolf leaving at first light.